On the surface, it does seem as though there is more risk built into the pound this weekend. Having said that, it's important to parse through the headlines to extract what should be the most important information. The key quote in our view is that Prime Minister Johnson and Mrs. von der Leyen agreed that by Sunday, a firm decision should be taken about the future of talks. This just plays into the probability of yet another deadline into the end of the year. We need to remember that despite the hard talk, it remains in the best interest of both sides to get a deal done. At a minimum, it would be silly for the door to be closed on Sunday without at least leaving more room to try and bang it out into the end of the year. As far as currency risk goes, we actually would argue that it seems there is much less upside for the pound if indeed a deal is finalized versus the potential downside right now if all of a sudden there is news of an official no deal. Look no further than the pound's ability to hold up so well despite all of the negative news, something that should be indicative of an ongoing expectation a deal will indeed get done. We think the market is far less prepared for what would be the shock of a no deal result. Looking at GBP USD levels, the key focus right now is on the recent yearly high at 135.40 and the September low at 26.75. Anything in between doesn't really give any new insight, and we suspect that when we break one of these levels, there will be more clarity as far as which way this thing is headed. In the event of a shock scenario that results in a no deal on Sunday, it's entirely possible the pound opens up around the 126.75 September low. But again, we see this as highly unlikely, as even if the decision was made, there would still be more back and forth before it actually happened. If, on the other hand, things move definitively in the other direction, where there is significant breakthrough towards a deal on Sunday, also unlikely, we think we could see the pound open up around the recent yearly high at 135.40. But overall, our feeling is that as far as weekend risk goes, we don't think and don't suspect a final decision will be made, with the greater probability that we see a commitment to extend talks some more. This should translate to a relatively stable open for the pound, with gaps confined to within 1%. That's all for now.